Nazism engulfs the fatherland. The albino Ulrich von Beck, last Count of Beck, battles to keep the dark sword Ravenbrand from being taken by Adolf Hitler. As an inhuman army engulfs Tanalorn, the albino Elric, last sorcerer king of Melniboné, fights to keep the black sword Stormbringer from being taken by Gainor the Damned. They both fail. Now their destinies suddenly entwined with that of Una, the mysterious Dreamthief's daughter. Elric and von Beck must become one hero, for the entire multiverse will be destroyed, unless Elric can summon his dragonkin across space and time, the Battle of Britain, and show the Third Reich what hell on earth truly means. Hello and welcome to Liam's Lyceum. I am your host Liam, aka Hembar. Today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of Michael Moorcock's The Dreamthief's Daughter. The Dreamthief's Daughter is a 2001 novel in book 1 of the Dreamquest Trilogy by Michael Moorcock. This is part of the Eternal Champion series and kind of part of the Elric series as well. It is not really anything like the other Elric books, and I know a lot of people don't like it because of that. It's kind of contradictory as far as multiverse stuff goes. It's also kind of a sequel to some of the Von Beck novels, which I haven't even read, to be honest. So, didn't stop me, obviously. If you listen to that intro, that is one hell of a plot. And honestly, that awesome plot hook is so stinking awesome in execution. This book was phenomenal. I have read the next two books. I didn't like them as much as book 1. I'll just say that out front. But this is so stinking cool. So Ulrich von Beck is albino German. He's a little young for World War I, but joins up in 1918, actually at the start of the story. He is an aspect of the Eternal Champion, of course. There is a family heirloom, the sword Ravenbrand. It's very similar to Stormbringer from the Elric novels, and the Nazis want this sword. Their mystic interest, essentially. He's not a sympathizer, though, and yeah, it kind of goes as you might expect, and we get to see people in concentration camps and whatnot. There is Una's daughter, Una, from the Fortress of Pearl. She is very important in the story. So, Moorcock did come out with these later books. If you're reading the Dreamquest Trilogy, you've probably already read the Fortress of Pearl and Revenge of the Rose. Is that the book? I totally feel like I'm blanking on it right now. But you probably already read those. And then Una, the character of Una, is not going to be super surprising to you, but she is important here. And then all this makes part of Moorcock's great multiverse. Since it starts in Germany coming under the power of the Nazis, it kind of seems more like a portal fantasy rather than, say, like Sword and Sorcery, though. It's also longer than almost all the Elric novels. Actually, it might be longer than all the Elric novels. There's politics, as you would expect. It's definitely against Nazis, as well as communism and laissez-faire capitalism, and and it goes sort of somewhere in the middle. I think Moorcock's actually an anarchist or something of the sort. He doesn't give us his answers, of course. He just begs the question, as these authors with these themes should be doing. Again, I think the Von Beck books, since I haven't read them, are about Ulrich von Beck, who is very similar to Elric. I think it's his father in those Von Beck books. I don't actually know. Someone can confirm or correct me on that. But overall, for what this story is, it is very cool. It is very cool. I just thought it was so exciting going through this one. It is a very fun adventure. And even though it's longer than a lot of the Elric novels, it's actually more fun than many of them, I feel like, as well, just because of how wild it truly is. And I think at this point, Moorcock is just a better writer. And so, the character of Ulrich, I think, is really well done, for example. So we have a lot of albinos in this one. We have a lot of death, and we have a lot of awesomeness. So strap in. But I really enjoyed this one. I'll catch you next time.